The JBL CLIP tree is a rather weird product in the world of tech. In the very saturated Bluetooth speaker market, the JBL CLIP somehow manages to stand out, but in the most unusual of way. The clip. The clip is in its name, and the clip is essential to this device's design, and I think that might be a good thing. So is it? Well, you gotta keep watching to find out. As always with most reviews, we start with the design, and I have to say the design of the JBL CLIP tree is actually really not that bad. Now it does look a bit like the run-of-the-mill Bluetooth speaker, but evidently JBL were trying really hard to stand out with the clip design, and it shows. I mean, the clip is really interesting, and also it's really well built. Like, it's super important to design because it's made of solid aluminum with a little bit of rubber inside for grip, as well as a very well built clip, and it's integrated directly into the chassis. So props to JBL, I guess, because the clip is really the only thing making it stand out from the other speakers in the market. So for them, well, elsewhere in the design is actually also really well built and also really decent, I guess. The materials are solid, soft touch plastics and rubber and nylon. It's all really decently built and generally feels like it could take a hit or two, and you don't have to be too worried about dropping it or throwing it around. Just don't smash it with a hammer, I guess. It is also waterproof, this design. I don't know how waterproof it is. I don't want to test it. I don't take it and wash it, obviously, but I would say don't be too scared if you accidentally spill a bit of drink on it, because it is water resistant at the very least, so that's a good thing. If we go close into design, on the front of it we have a play pause button, which is really nice, a volume up and volume down button, which is also really nice, integrated into the speaker grill on the front. And the speaker grill, by the way, is this weird fabric nylon kind of material, and that's kind of interesting. I don't really see that before. Actually, I have seen that before on the speaker, but it's really nice material, and it seems to be keeping dirt out really well, as well as a metal orange JBL logo, which is really nice. It's not plastic. Now on the back, there's more of the same quality really here. There's soft touch plastics all around, and then there's a nice anti-slip rubber mat so that it doesn't slip when you put it on a smooth surface and fall to the ground to its death. So that's a really nice touch. And there's two buttons on the right here with a on button, which turns it on, as well as a Bluetooth pairing button, which you press and hold to pair with your device. Now, speaking of pairing, the whole pairing experience is actually really easy on this Bluetooth speaker. You just press and hold this button, you just turn on Bluetooth on your phone, and then you hit pair on your phone. Once it's paired, it auto connects, and from then on it connects really quickly and really automatically. So good on JBL. It's not as fast as AirPods, but nothing really is as fast as AirPods when it comes to Bluetooth pairing. So it's good enough. Thanks, JBL. Now on the bottom we have a little clip tree logo here and a bit of branding, but it's really a flap. Now this flap is to protect some crucial ports, the micro USB charging port and the aux-in port. The micro USB does not support audio, unfortunately, but the aux-in port supports, aux-in over Bluetooth, because you might not want to use Bluetooth because your device A may not support it, or your device might be running out of battery, so aux-in was a good way to save battery and all that. But devices are losing their headphone jacks nowadays, so who knows whether that will be relevant in the next clip. But I'm still very happy of the inclusion of an aux-in jack, because sometimes I just like using aux-in, because when you have a lot of people and all of them on the internet, all the radio waves in a freaking room, there's a lot of interference, and sometimes you might hear some static with Bluetooth. Although I haven't experienced that issue particularly on this Bluetooth speaker, the connection has been very strong so far. I do not want to take the risk at a party, which might kill the mood with shit music. That is it for design, and I have to say it's actually really good. I'm really happy with it. Now, it isn't going to win any awards, it's not Mr. Universe of Bluetooth speakers, but I honestly have to give JBL props for making a really mundane product, Bluetooth speakers, and turning it into a really decent looking, decent feeling device. So good job on that. Now this speaker sounds actually really good. Now the thing about Bluetooth speakers is that They're small, you can't expect too much from them. So when I review Bluetooth speakers, the main thing I look out for is volume, the lack of distortion, and general clarity, rather than small fine details like soundstage or sound reproduction, or maybe the mids or the treble or the bass. So on those judging standards, this speaker really excels. You know, for its really tiny size, it goes up to a very loud volume. It can definitely fill up a small room, a small gathering, no problem. On top of that, as it goes up to the higher volumes, it still doesn't distort, which is a good thing. Although there's a bit of noise when you're not playing anything but connected to it through Bluetooth. I'm not sure if there's interference or if that's just, you know, the speaker being a bit noisier. But apart from that, it's actually really good on those standards. It's clear at every volume, and it does a good job, you know, filling up the room with music, as long as the room is not too big. Not bad at all. But going into the specifics of the sound, it's not super impressive. Obviously, a cheap Bluetooth speaker isn't gonna deliver phenomenal sound. If you wanted phenomenal sound, get a DVLA or something else. But it really is still not bad on those fronts as well. I mean, the bass is nice and punchy, it's really fun. If you have a solid kick, it really comes through in the music. You know, you definitely enjoy listening to the music on this one. The mids are very nice as well, very smooth, not super detailed, it doesn't really stand out too much. And the trebles, they're a bit flat. Honestly, they are loud, but they're not really special and don't really stand out. But there's no sibilance, so honestly, it sounds really good for the price, for what it is, a Bluetooth speaker. So yeah, will I say I'm happy with the sound? Yes. Unless you're like a super particular audiophile and you need the best sound all the time, I would say this is not a bad decision at all. In fact, you could be happy with it even as your main speaker in your room, if you're not too obsessed with fine details in your music. So it's not bad. Okay, so what else? Is there anything really particularly bad on this device? Well, actually, not really. I think it's tough to make a crucially flawed device when you've been making it for so many years and it's been going well for you. And it clearly shows because JBL is really super experienced with making Bluetooth speakers. This is the Clip 3. There's no way they made the same mistake 3 times. And it's really a near, you know, perfect device. Okay, not perfect, but a flawless device. It's not amazing, but it really does its job pretty damn well, providing pretty good quality sound, very good portability, decent ease of use, and great build quality on the go. And the clip is a nice bonus. So to me, there isn't any big flaws. The clip, is it get in the way? Now that's something that my friend actually asked me when he saw this, like, the clip is a bit bulky, doesn't it get in the way of like storing or putting in a nice place? What if it's useless most of the time? But the thing is, I have found this clip to be much more useful than you might actually think it is. So if I'm just cycling or going for a walk, I can clip this to like my belt strap, and have the speaker attached to my body without me holding it and playing music on the go. And that's really convenient. Say you're doing gardening or you're doing work outdoors and you want music on the go, but you can't use earphones. This is a great option with the clip, because you can just clip it on and you can have it hands-free and you can listen to your music or you do whatever you want. So I think that's a great thing. I actually really love this clip, and it's so solid. I actually don't have any fear clipping it to risky places such as the front of my bike when I'm cycling at really high speeds. I'm not really scared that it's gonna fall and drop and destroy the speaker. So honestly, I think the clip is a great addition. I think it really makes it a more versatile and convenient device to use than if it didn't have the clip. So good job JBL for including this, because I really actually like the clip. I find it super useful, and I don't know people who might disagree. While we're talking about the ease of use of the JBL Clip 3, let's talk about its battery life. Do I have to charge it often? Is it like a hassle? Well, no, actually. Its battery life is really good on this device. It has lasted me ever since I bought it and charged it to 100% for like 6-7 days of maybe a few hours of listening every day. Now, I do not have exact specifics, but so far it has lasted me very well and has continued to deliver music at the same loud volumes, even though its battery percentage might be a bit lower now than at the start. So Battery life is great, and it doesn't even take too long to charge. It doesn't actually have a specific battery indicator, which kind of pisses me off. It's a bit annoying, but it doesn't take too long to charge till it feels like it's full. So that's good enough for me. And it lasts forever on the battery, so that's not a worry or a concern when I'm using it. So that's important. So I guess that's it for this video. So in conclusion then, is the JBL CLIP 3 any good? Well, it is a really good speaker, and it is a really good device for what it is. There's no big flaws that stand out, there's no major oversights, and it gets the job done really well, and without any complaints. So that's a good thing. But for the price I got it at, which was 80 Singapore dollars or about 50 US dollars or 60 US dollars, I would think it's a bit too expensive. In fact, there are many cheap alternatives out there that might be good or better, but if you can find this on a discount, I think it's a great purchase and definitely one to consider because of the clip giving it a lot of extra versatility and the little quality of life features such as the waterproofing on here, which makes it a much more attractive device than it will be if it was just a normal Bluetooth speaker. So I guess that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like, and comment if you want to say anything, really, and I'm going to read every comment, probably reply to every comment. Share the video, greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. Bye.